engineers worked for 2 years to design the 2350. Their goal was to build a machine capable of lifting 50% more than its predecessor.
The dilemma that we faced were tires. There just was not a tire big enough. So we partnered with the engineers at Firestone to develop the world's largest tire. The tires are 13 feet tall, they're over 5 feet wide, and they're truly the biggest pieces of rubber that you'll see.
The two mill builds many of the parts for the 2350 at their Longview plant. The company even operates a steel mill.
This what we have here is an L2350 frame. This is very early in the assembly process, so it's fairly bare. But what we have back here at the very end is the radiator. Now, this radiator has a capacity of about 150 gallons of coolant.
Impressed? Check out what's under the hood.
Well, what we have here is an example of a very large 16-cylinder diesel engine. Now, this one's turbocharged and aftercooled. It produces about 2,300 horsepower, and when it's in operation in our loader, it's going to consume fuel at the rate of about 50 gallons per hour.
The diesel engine turns a generator, which actually supplies power to the 4 electric traction.
They're dangerous, tough, mean, and powerful. For nearly a century, trucks have helped build our world. These are the biggest, the best, the fastest. If being tailgated by a 40-ton semi on the interstate is your worst nightmare, then imagine this. This is the largest truck on Earth. This gigantic dump truck weighs over 200 tons. It's used to haul 320 tons of rock in open-cast mining. It's 24 feet high and 27 feet wide and carries 1,200 gallons of diesel. It needs power steering because the tires alone are over 12 feet high. There are 25 of these trucks around the world. They're shipped in parts because they're way too big for any highway to handle. Since the Second World War, over 50 million trucks have been built in the United States alone. Almost all the goods we use are at some stage transported by these giants of the road. Many other trucks work off-highway, each designed for a specific job. They cope with the toughest conditions and the most inhospitable environments. These trucks are the workhorses of industry. They're built to be tough, and they're built to last. But there are people who use trucks for something entirely different. Patrick Bourny from France drives these crazy trucks. Steve Murty from Britain specializes in a different kind of truck madness. He has the record for the longest ever wheelie in a truck, an unbeaten quarter of a mile. But it's tough to beat your own record. Steve also drives a much more powerful truck. This one has a 24,000 horsepower jet engine. It can reach 150 miles per hour in under a quarter of a mile. It's the fastest truck in Europe. But the fastest truck in the world is the Shockwave. This truck is powered by 3 Pratt & Whitney J48 jet engines, producing an incredible 36,000 horsepower. At full thrust, they develop 4 times more power than an F-14 jet fighter. Kent Shockley and his father built the truck from the ground up. Any other truck would simply disintegrate under the pressure.
Basically everything's custom built, hand built. It's designed to go fast. We run this thing 300 miles an hour about 5 times a week, and we've been doing this for 14 years, and I don't think there's another vehicle out there that can do that, has done that, and will ever do that.
Shockwave has been engineered to overcome its poor aerodynamics with sheer brute force. It's 300 times more powerful than the average family car. The jet engines burn diesel because it's less volatile than jet fuel. The truck burns 400 gallons every mile. Perfect tires are critical. These tires are first x-rayed for imperfections and then shaved to 1/8 of an inch thick.
We should take about 80 pounds of rubber off the tire because at 300 miles an hour the tire's spinning 2,200 RPMs, so we want to take as much weight off the outside of the tire as possible. We don't want to pop a tire at 300 miles an hour.
Kent prepares himself for his second run of the day.
You're in a car suit, you're buckled in, you got all that power behind you, 36,000 horsepower, and you know when you push that button you're going for a ride. It feels fast is the only way I can describe it.
In 1992, Shockwave broke the land speed record for trucks. It reached 376 miles per hour.
We've held it for 5 years, and if somebody decides to break it and does break it, we'll modify the truck and take it back from them if we have to.
Today, the Shockwave has been performing at the Salinas, California Air Show. And as a finale, Kent has challenged this stunt plane to a race.
When I put her to bed, which is in the black trailer here, I don't quite give her. I give her a look at and tell her to see
To cover events like air shows or television, you need a huge mobile control room. This is the Darth Vader, the most expensive truck in the trailer in the world. It's worth $7 million. The 53-foot trailer expands to provide seating for up to 30 technicians who control the latest state-of-the-art digital television.
The trailer is pulled by a brand new Kenworth T2000. The whole rig has to have a special permit because it's 75 feet. It's 3 feet longer than any other truck on American roads. Also, 45 tons. It needs a skillful driver. The T2000's trailer driver is Sam Ryder, and he's very proud of this truck.
It's an easy truck to drive. It's a little long, but you get used to it. Some people think it looks like a truck on steroids, but yeah, you have a very nice.
The aerodynamic side is designed to increase fuel efficiency. The 12-liter engine is computer controlled.
Anything goes wrong with it, it's like a laptop computer. It's like a keyboard and a problem. So I hate to be able to drive it. And eventually it'll too much. This big equipment guy down the road goes all over the section and much is. They can drive that, slow down, and look at the truck and they're really fast. Really hard to fix it. I think that's well.
The New York Fire Department relies on two different kinds of trucks. There are fire engines which pump water, and there are trucks which carry ladders. Ladder 5, basic range Manhattan, is one of the most extreme. It's called a tiller truck. We used to have a tilt truck in the village, supposed to have very narrow streets. Despite size, truck is the most movable truck we have. It's 50 feet long, but it can make heavy turns. You can go in and out of traffic, back and swing out, so instead of flipping like a iron or a hot bar, we can swing it out either to the right or left, and it's clearance. The tiller man in the back of the truck steers the rear wheels, making sure they follow the same line to the front. If you're kind of like a right-hand turn, I would press way cab section, and he would count that move by swinging out to the left, and then tell you walk back to the right to bring the section in line with cab. Ladder 5 carries a 100-foot ladder. It is manned by crew of 6 and supervised.